This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
An apartment complex that I manage, and we've got to replace a number of doors. And I'm wondering if you like that kit for that particular job, or is there something else you like better?
Well, in that price range, I like it. You can get a Quickset 138 for about double the cost, and I would probably argue it's got a better build quality. You can then also spend a couple grand to do this with far higher caliber tools by Major. Schlage makes a kit. Best makes a kit, but I think that's the Pro Lock kit if I recall correctly. But in this price range, it's going to be pretty much what you're going to end up finding if you did want a somewhat comprehensive kit for doing this prep. And actually, this kit comes with a lot more things that a Quickset 138 wouldn't come with. It's got templates in it, that you can use for the strike and whatnot.
Well, let's talk about that. I'm looking at a picture of it, and I see looks like four flat. I'd call them. I'm sure there's a name that I'm not getting here, but on the left-hand side, it looks like
templates.
There's four flathead, different diameter drill bits.
No, there's probably just three.
I'm sorry. Yeah, three. Those are for drilling the holes for the doorknobs. Is that right?
Well, yes, you'll do a doorknob with it, but you could probably also do a deadbolt where it takes 1.5 inches. I think it's got that in there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll have a 1 inch, you'll have 1.5 inches, and a 2 1/8.
All right, and then the metallic device in the middle, what does that do?
Well, that's the thing that clamps onto the door
right.
At the height.
It's the drill guide for those bits then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, and you've got four templates, it looks like, on the right-hand side. What are those for?
Strikes, latches.
Latches or hinges?
Latches. This isn't a hinge installation kit. It's a door lock installation kit.
Okay. All right, well, I thought it may do both. Do you have something for hinges as well?
I do, actually. I don't think it's in the site, but I traffic in certain pieces of hardware. Let me see if I have order hinge. No, I don't. Porter Cable used to make a hinge butt template kit. It's been discontinued. I know that I have some in stock. In terms of when I come across them, I snap them up. I'll be back in the office next week, and I can send you some photographs if you want.
Yeah, yeah, sure would.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you want my email address?
Well, I'm not it's 6:20 where I am in the PM, so you can send me an email and I'll reply back to you when I get to the office next week with what that is.
All right, so where do I send it?
The email top center of the page that you're on.
Well, it says sales@absupply.net and then technical support tech@absupply.net.
Just send it to the one that's in the top center of the page.
All right, sales@ab. That's sales at absupply.net.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So how many doors do you usually have to do?
Well, I'll tell you what we've been doing so far. We've had a problem with leakage off the roof, and which destroys the bottom parts of the door jambs. And so what I've been trying to do is just replace the door jambs with the existing door. And what I'm having a problem with is lining up the new hinge slots with the door hinge slots, and that's just proved to be a real tricky thing for me. I'm sure I'm sure that people can do it a lot better than I can, but I'm having trouble with it.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, if you're trying to prep butts on a door or a frame, to do it without a kit is just, I mean, you can change spark plugs with a toothbrush. It's not the right tool. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right, I got
So
that's why I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah. And I know I've got a couple of those kits that are brand new, and I'll send you a link to it. I see that they're also out there in the world as well. But if you do it over time, yeah, you're gonna want a kit. If you're doing one or two.
What are those kits called?
Well, that's the whole thing. You'll have to send me an email because I've got to look up in my history in terms of what I paid for them, how long I've had them. Are they all new or are they used? I know I've got many of them that I've used personally.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll need to do the research on what that kit would cost, and then I'll let you know, and you can decide if that makes sense.
Well, what I was asking is, what are they called, not cost, so I can look up a picture.
Oh, called. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I can give you the part number. I have that memorized. If you were to look up online, Porter Cable 59381.
59381.
Yep.
All right,
right.
Quarter
That's
Cable, is that
template.
What is Quarter Cable? Is that a name of a company?
Porter, Porter.
I got you. I know what it is.
Yeah, the tool company. Yeah.
Right. Porter Cable 59381.
Yeah. You'll definitely find it out there, and I'm.
And what's your name?
Richard.
Richard.
I'm the guy in the video.
Oh, well, your voice sounds a little different. That's a great video. I haven't finished it. I'm about a third of the way through, so I'll look at the rest of it. But I appreciate you taking my call, and I'll send you an email with my contact information, and if you'll send that information back to me, I sure would appreciate it. Make my life a lot easier.
Oh, and well, it's nice to be able to do a job, and it's done. It looks professional because you got the fixtures for doing it.
Right.
And you kind of, as the video says, you ritualize the process, and you get out of there, and you've not screwed anything up or made it worse.
Well, well, I hate to admit this, but today, I mean, it's cold as it can be here. I'm in Alabama, and it's 12 degrees right now. But anyway, this will be the fourth time I've taken that frame down to try to get this thing right, and it's. I think I've got it figured out, but my goodness, it's been a bear. Can't make any money the way I've been doing it.
Well, and even for where I'm originally from, Chicago, that's cold for there. So you all.
Well, this is highly unusual for us, and thankfully
highly unusual.
Yeah. All right, Richard, appreciate your help, and I'll send you that email.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
All right, let's add on to what that conversation was. And the summary of it really is, it sounds like this client may have a reoccurring need to do this work. I don't believe he's a locksmith. I don't believe he's a field tech. But I think he might be in a position where he's done it enough to just start to say, okay, I need the right tools for doing this, because the one time a year I do it, I can't spend all day on the job. And that makes sense to me. As you may have picked up in the initial part of the question from the client, was I'm not necessarily a fan of door lock installation kits. For me, they take too long to use, and I don't like the quality of the job. But as I've also said in all these videos, I'm really in the minority opinion on that. So let's switch to the screen view, and we'll just quickly take a look at the things that the client and I discussed. Okay, so the client called about the Bighorn 70145, and I I obviously have a video online about me blabbing on about it. And the client was looking obviously at this image, these 3 multi-spur bits that are over here, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 2 1/8, the main arm assembly, and then you've got your latch and strike templates that are here. Probably a corner chisel, probably a couple of adapters for quickly pulling these bits off. That's going to be a bushing to do the 1.5 inches. Well, let's look at the brochure real quick. And it's not the most robust quality of kit in the world, that's to be sure, but it certainly beats a lot of plastic stuff that you're going to find out in the world. So, yeah, this does a good job. This kit includes 1 inch, 2 1/8, and 1.5 inches. Some Schlage deadbolts will take 1.5 inches. I understood that Kwikset made one that would do 1.5 inches. And if you're doing a deadbolt that will work in an 1.5 inch hole, that's what you want to drill. Why? Remove the least amount of wood from the door as possible at all times. It keeps the door stronger, and for me personally, it makes less of a mess because you're removing less wood. Obviously, the drill fixture is the business end. Once you establish a vertical height, you're going to clamp this thing on the door. Your multi-spur bit is going to come through this way. Your 1 inch, your 2 1/8 or your 1.5 inches will come this way. Your 1 inch for the edge comes this way. And as you tighten this down, it centers onto the door. It's not going to do a lock prep that's not centered in a particular door thickness. Let's say you've got a 2 1/4 door, but that is not going to be centered in the door thickness. You'd have to pad that out, but it will handle the door in that range. It does also tell you that you're getting a latch template. That latch is a typical 1 inch wide by 2 1/4 tall. Then you're going to have the 70133 latch template. It's the same thing except it's 1 1/8 inches wide. Residential latch bolts are 1 inch wide, and they're sometimes radius corner as well. Commercial latch bolts are generally 1 1/8 inches wide and square corner. You can do either with this. Then you have a strike template. This is going to be your 2 1/4 inch, what we'd call a full lip strike. And then down here is going to be for your deadbolt strike. So you've got all 4 of these. And what these little gizmos here allow you to adjust that reference center point against the edge of the door. So you're probably going to want to take your latch bolt, turn it over, and trace it out on the edge of the door with a pencil and line it up to this, that kind of thing. What else is included? We've got the 3 bits, we've got the 4 templates, we've got the drill fixture, and then over here it does mention 3 center locators are also included with a center marker. Yeah, that's going to be over here. I think that's going to assist when you need to position that onto. That is also includes templates. Okay, 3 center locators also included along with a center marker. Okay, that's going to be important so that you can line up the prep in the center of the thickness of the door and to drive that home. Let's take a look at the manual. And I'm just going to scroll through. You can go through this. Latch face mortising. Figure 3. Select the right size of center locator for the latch size you are installing. Fit it into the 1 inch hole that is already drilled in the edge of the door. Place the latch template over the center locator. Align template with door. Adjust the red edge stop. The red edge stop was these things, so that you have the right back set. Hammer the nails into the door, take the center locator off, and then put your router into that, is what that's for. This is a nice center locator in the sense that you can mark the jam with this. These are pretty handy to have. I don't do a lot of jam work. It's always door work. But still, really, this would be a component of every door lock installation kit. Yeah, so I would recommend going through this. Then, if you recall, I spoke to the client about the hinge butt template kit, and I'm quite sure that it's discontinued. And that's a 59381, 59381. Now, this template kit is the bee's knees. I continue to buy it when I can find them, so I have lots of stock of these. Or maybe they're not discontinued, just based on the fact that I'm finding it online. Yeah, that's not as pretty as... I think I should make a YouTube video on how to use that. So you've got the ability to do 4 hinge preps if you were doing a Dutch door, I suppose, but also obviously for doors taller than 7'6". You've got the spacing bars that go between them. You've got the knobs that lock all of it together. These are to allow you to gauge off the top of the door or the jamb. You have the pins that seat inside of... Okay. These knobs lock all of these together. A template guide, a nut, a router bit. These guys here, I don't remember what they do. Oh, they're your backset pins. Is it? Yeah, they'd be your backset pins. They would go inside of here if needed to hold that to the proper center line. And this is the side that you work from. So now in the old days, I had 2 or 3 of these. I had 2 of these kits, and I did Kawani 6/8 hinge locations and 7-foot hinge locations, and I did those 2 so often that I welded them together so that they were always in the perfect position. And I never had to measure, and it was always accurate. I literally welded the tools together. Silly, I suppose, but it was, I never did other setups. And if I had to, I could just mark the center line. There's a little bird's mouth right here, which is the center line of the hinge prep. And I could just then nail them on one at a time and shift them as needed. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.